Welcome to Previews Reviews, coming to you from Stadium Comics, located in Shoppers World Mall in beautiful Brampton, Ontario. Here are your hosts, Kevin Hickey and Ricky Lima.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Previews Reviews. I'm Kevin Hickey.
And I am Ricky Lima.
And we're coming to you live. Well, taped, but kind of live. And we're
in the center of the universe, Brampton, Ontario.
That's right, the capital of all things, the origin of all things.
Where the Big Bang started.
That's right, the Big Bang Theory.
No, not
it
that.
It all started here?
No. None of that.
There's going to be some of that later, trust me. I'm making you read it. Today we're going to look at collectibles, toys, and statues coming out in starting in May 2012. And Ricky, just for you this month, no Bishoujo figures.
Yes.
All right. I know you were getting upset.
I was. It's too much.
I wanted you to stick around. I don't want to have to find a new co-host. So sometimes we have to make concessions. This month it's no Bishoujo. But they will be back with a vengeance next month when we do our all Bishoujo spectacular.
Oh, okay.
So this is Previews Reviews, and Previews is this magazine here, which you can find at your local comic shop. And you can flip through it and look at all the cool pop culture merchandise available for you to order. A lot of these items that we're going to be talking about specifically in today's episode are items that your comic shop might not normally carry because, you know, there might be a higher price attached to them, might be less willing to take a risk. So we encourage you that if you do see anything on here that you do like, let your comic shop know, and they can make sure that they get that item in for you. First thing we're going to look at is Dark Knight Rises busts and statues. Before the blockbuster Dark Knight Rises hits theaters in July, be the first to own these incredibly detailed busts and statues straight from Gotham City. These lifelike collectibles capture the essence of Batman and two of his greatest foes, Bane and Catwoman. The busts are $80 a piece, and the 1/6 scale icon statues are $129.99. They're so-so.
Yeah, I mean, like the Bane, his general direction in the movie I'm not a big fan of, so...
Okay.
And Catwoman 2 looks a little plain. She doesn't even have cat ears. What the hell?
Yeah, Catwoman's costume I'm not quite sold on. And Anne Hathaway as Catwoman I'm not quite sold on. And I'm an Anne Hathaway fan. I loved her in that movie, Love and Other Drugs. Check that out for some great Anne Hathaway moments, if you know what I'm saying. But she's an amazing actress. I just don't see her as the exotic Catwoman figure. And, you know, but I will say at the same time, a lot of people weren't behind Heath Ledger as the Joker when that movie came out.
That is true.
And he ended up, you know, putting on an amazing performance, and maybe that'll be the case here.
I doubt it.
As you mentioned, the costume's a little weird.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of Chris Nolan trying to move away from the more traditional depictions of Catwoman on film. Like he doesn't want the Michelle Pfeiffer, Halle Berry stylized Catwoman with the hood and the ears, and he's going for a different look. And I commend him for that. I commend him for being original, but there's a certain aesthetic that you expect when looking at Catwoman.
Yeah, and I mean, like, what's the point of calling her Catwoman if there's no cat kind of ideas behind her costume?
Well,
you know
I think there are ears in some of her costumes.
Do they, like, poke out?
No.
Cut people with them?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that. But is it too early for me to say that I'm kind of worried about this movie?
No, you could go ahead and say that.
Why I'm
are you
a little worried about it.
Why is that?
Just I don't know that it will perform anywhere near as well as... I don't know if critically it will be as appreciated as the second movie in the series.
I know what you mean. I mean, the second movie kind of blew people's minds.
Yeah.
The third movie, I mean, Bane, I don't think is a very interesting villain. I don't, like... He's a strong guy. Whatever.
I mean, outside of, you know, comic readers, there's not a lot of people that are familiar with Bane as a villain.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe some people that have watched some of the cartoon series and stuff like that. But, I mean, he's not your traditional Batman villain. He's an amazing villain in the comics, and I'm sure like Christopher Nolan's going to do him justice. A lot of people have been saying that his voice needs to, you know, they can't really understand what he's been saying in the trailers and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
I think they should have went with the Penguin.
Penguin's been done, though. Well, I guess Joker's been done, too. But.
See? But also... Bane's origin stories is completely and utterly stupid, so I don't know if they can really salvage that.
we'll have to wait and see.
Like, he was imprisoned as a baby. What? What? How? Like, how does that make sense? How? In what country is this legal?
You were never imprisoned as a baby?
No, I was not. My father ran.
I thought we all were.
Oh no.
Your father ran from the law? What?
No, my father was the head of the Science Fiction Council.
Oh, right, right. So we'll have to wait and see on this one. But the statues, I don't know. They look okay. They look okay.
As good as they could be.
Catwoman's doing that pose in the statue version where her butt's sticking out. That's, you know, gonna make some people happy, I guess.
Is that our Bishojo moment?
It's kind of our Bishojo moment for this week.
We should have like banners.
Bishojo moment. Only for you. All right, moving on, Ricky.
Justice League, Green Lantern, and Aquaman figures. DC Comics, the new DC 52, was the entertainment story of 2011. After the acclaimed release of the first figure comes the next wave of figures in the ongoing line based on Jeff John and Jim Lee's best-selling Justice League. Wielding a weapon of immense power for justice comes Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, and from the depths of the ocean comes the King of Atlantis, Aquaman. Both featuring a unique take on the classic costume as designed by Jim Lee.
I mean, I like Jim Lee's designs. I look forward to seeing these figures in the stores. I think, as I said with the Batman figure that we talked about in last month's episode, these would have done really well if released at the same time as the first issue of Justice League. But I understand that's not how the toy industry works, and there's a delay in all of this stuff. And I don't know why, but that's just how it is.
Silly.
But like the Aquaman figure is really cool as well. But he's got like this chain that hangs from his belt to his trident, and every time I look at it, I'm just like, he looks like one of those guys that you see with, you know, in the. Is this still a thing where guys have like wallets with the chain attached to it?
I haven't seen any, but probably like a lot of like douchebags. Fred Durst. Fred
Durst kind of guys,
still alive, yeah.
Yeah, were you ever a wallet and chain kind of guy?
No, I barely even had a wallet until like first year university.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you carry around your
vast
riches?
I didn't have any money, so I mean, my first job was first year university.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that?
That was at the grocery store.
At the grocery store. Yeah. Slinging produce.
Dairy, slung milk.
Dairy. Yeah. Sorry.
Sucks. Now I work here. Yeah.
The new 52 has made Aquaman a badass character, though, and I'm really enjoying Aquaman. You reading Aquaman at all?
Yeah, I was, and it almost seems like they're overcompensating. He has to be so badass, and he has to like do all this crazy stuff to redeem him.
It's amazing. They made him like they've portrayed him as the ultimate joke in comics, and you know he's forever having to come to terms with that and combat against that, and you know. It's all about showing how he's really badass, and he's not the joke that everyone thinks he is. And it makes him a better character, I think. These figures, although they're solicited in May's previews, coming out in June. That's just the way previews work sometimes. But look forward to those in June. You can add them to your Batman that's coming out the month prior. I should say, too, that like the Green Lantern figures in this lot, and you know we haven't really talked about him. It's because there's a ton of Green Lantern figures that are available out there, and not very many good Aquaman figures. And if you're gonna have an Aquaman figure, why not have it designed by Jim Lee?
That's
the best way to represent the character.
Does he have a little stubble in this one?
He does. He does. He's got a little stubble. His hair's very like wavy and like he's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at some cool t-shirts coming out. We started doing this a couple months ago. I think it's a nice little feature we added into the mix here. We can show you a few t-shirts. Because we're big on t-shirts here at Stadium Comics. I don't know about your comic shop out there. But t-shirts and comic books just seem to be a natural match for us anyway. Yeah. Maybe it's because we're in a shopping mall. And
it's much better than having like some corporate logo on your shirt, it being like one huge billboard for some corporation.
Unless it were a Stadium Comics shirt, then you know that would be cool.
Speaking of which, when will we get a Stadium Comics t-shirt?
When the good people of YouTube fund it for us. Click on our sponsors. Give us more money, please, so we can afford Stadium First up is this amazing Spider-Man t-shirt, and it's called Saul Good, and it's based on the design work of Saul Bass back in the 60s. He's a very influential designer back then, and it's a really cool retro-style t-shirt. I think it'd be a good seller. We've also got an Adventure Time Finn versus Ice King previews exclusive shirt. That means you can't get it anywhere else than a shop that carries previews merchandise.
Like us.
Yeah.
Now, weekly check, Kevin.
Yes.
Have you watched Adventure Time yet?
I have not watched any Adventure Time as of yet.
Kevin, what are you doing?
But maybe by the time that this video airs, which will be a few weeks from now, because wait, I just gave away that we don't film these all week after week. But anyway, perhaps by the time this video airs, I'll have watched some. We can only hope.
Hopefully, man, because you're losing the nerd cred pretty steadily.
I'm sorry, dude. I can't help it.
Disgusting.
I got like 2 web shows and a podcast to produce. I'm sorry. I've just made myself too busy. The only entertainment that I involve myself in now is entertainment that involves me. So.
Oh, someone's head's getting a little big.
I'm sorry. What do you think of this Adventure Time shirt? Who is the Ice King?
Well, the Ice King is, he used to be a scientist, oddly enough. There's a whole episode about it. And then he found the crown and he put it on, and then it slowly made him really cold, and he became this...
He's like a villain?
Yeah. He's a villain, but he just wants to marry...
Is he misunderstood?
Yeah, he just wants to marry the princess. But they don't want him to.
Why don't they let him?
Because he's old.
So what?
He's
old
old
guys can have fun too.
Old and ugly. No.
What is he, like 30?
Probably, yeah.
We've got a really cool Flash Wanted t-shirt, and it features the art of Francis Manapul, who's been an amazing artist on Flash thus far, both before and after the relaunch, and some of the best artwork that I've seen in a long time in comics has been through the Flash.
I agree.
And this shirt, this Wanted shirt, kind of follows the same design principles that we've been seeing in Francis's artwork in the Flash, where he's taking panels and shaping them into letters and doing all kinds of like weird and crazy things that just that nobody else is doing, and it's awesome to see.
Kevin, can we order in this Secret Stash t-shirt?
We can. Kevin Smith's Comic Book Men staff Secret Stash staff t-shirt. You can see that his store has a staff t-shirt, but Stadium Comics doesn't.
Would you be upset if I wore this in the store?
No, not at all. I've been in the Secret Stash. I like the Secret Stash. It's a cool store.
Did you meet the people?
And they don't directly compete with us, so.
So I guess that's cool.
Did I meet the people? Walt Flanagan was working there, but it was like, this was like 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
Right around the time the Stash first opened, so long time ago. But it's an awesome store. If you're a fan of Kevin Smith, you should go check it out at some point in your life. As well as the Quick Stop. We went to the Quick Stop, too. It was really cool. Surreal experience. We've got about 7 variations of the Keep Calm and Carry On version of t-shirts. Do you know what this Keep Calm and Carry On thing is?
No, what is it?
Okay, Keep Calm and Carry On was a poster that the British government put in subway tunnels and around their cities during the time of the London Blitz during World War II. And in recent years, they've adapted the style of those posters and turned them into thousands of other different pop culture type posters. And you've got, in this issue of previews alone, you've got Bow Ties Are Cool, which is a Doctor Who shirt. Trust Me, I'm the Doctor. And we've also got this really cool one that says Keep Calm and Hail Megatron. And it's got a Decepticon symbol on it.
That's pretty cool.
I think that's a really cool shirt. And I'm going to try to get a bunch of those into our store. So, those are your t-shirts for this month.
All right. Up next, we have the Avengers movie Iron Man Mark 7 ArtFX statue.
It's from Kotobukiya.
Hey.
All right, the creators of the Bishoujo line. I figured we should at least cover one of their statues.
You lied to me. You said there'd be no...
This is not a Bishoujo statue, trust me.
True. Okay. Using new 3D sculpting techniques, Kotobukiya has created the finest and most exciting ArtFX statue of any Iron Man, bringing more fine detailing than previous hand-sculpted releases for a more dynamic display. Tony stands in a classic Iron Man pose, legs planted and arms held back as he fires his chest-mounted beam weapon in a devastating strike. The incredible statue comes with a 3-mode LED chest light up feature. Off, continuous on, and triggered by the built-in motion detector. Iron Man's eyes are also feature continuous LED lighting in both modes.
So what do you think of this statue?
It's pretty cool. I mean, Iron Man always looks fantastic no matter what he's kind of in.
Yeah, you digging Iron Man's looks, eh?
I dig Iron Man, yeah. And the LED lights, that's just wicked.
Yeah, these ArtFX statues always have really cool features, whether it be LED lighting or sounds or anything like that. Kotobukiya does an awesome job with these statues. The statue here is 16 inches tall. It's a 1/6 scale, and it's $129.99, which may seem like it's a little bit on the expensive side, but compare it to the DC Direct Batman the movie statues, which are also 1/6 scale. And also in this, previews magazine, they don't really do anything, but they just kind of stand there. Whereas this has all kinds of cool detailing.
That's true.
And LED lights, so you're definitely getting more for your money with this one. And it's an imported statue. Motion detection feature though is a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
It's cool.
I don't know, like, what if I'm sleeping in my room at night and I've got that statue in there and, something moves on the other side of the room and all of a sudden these lights come on and stuff.
And what if that something is a burglar with a knife and he's going to kill you?
True.
And this thing has just woken you up, saved your life, now you can pull out your crazy comic book skills, kill him.
That's true. That's a good point, Ricky.
Thank you.
Convinced me. Pre-ordering 30 of these.
Put them all over your house.
Yeah.
This book, or this statue, again, ships in June. Kevin, what's going on? Everything is shipping in June.
A lot of these statues and toys and stuff, I guess they take a little bit more time to produce than everything, but I'm sorry. This is based on the movie. This is based on the Avengers movie. Iron Man is definitely being set up in the trailers that we've seen. Of course, there's been 2 of them released, one just recently. He's definitely being set up as the best character, I guess, in the movie. He's got all the best lines. I don't know if it's because Robert Downey Jr. is like, probably. I'm the biggest star, give me all the best lines. But he's pretty badass in the trailers, I'm not going to lie. Him and the Hulk. The Hulk's just like smashing things, and I think those are going to be the 2 characters to watch. Too
bad the Hulk is by a different actor. I mean, like, just like that Hulk curse where there's been like 3
Nobody
different
cares.
Hulks.
The CG Hulk is what everyone looks at.
I don't know. I care. I don't know. They should have got Edward Norton.
Next, we're going to move on to something that's a little on the less expensive side, and that is the Tardis lunchbox. Dine with the Doctor. Big Bang Pow's wonderful lineup of products based on Doctor Who, the world's longest-running science fiction series, continues with this fantastic Doctor Who TARDIS lunchbox. This features a design based on the Doctor's iconic vessel. I can assure you that despite the size of this lunchbox, it's roomier than it looks.
Really?
Yes. As with the TARDIS.
Does anyone still use lunchboxes?
I don't know, like, man, I had such good lunchboxes when I was a kid.
Did you?
My favorite lunchbox that I think I was able to use for 2 years in a row was a Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling lunchbox, based on the Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling cartoon series that was popular back in the 80s. And lunchboxes back then weren't as durable as these ones. This is like an all metal. This is like a tin lunchbox, but back then they were plastic. You had these plastic latches on it, and had a thermos inside, which you take the lid off and it was a cup as well. And the thermos was held in place by this plastic, I don't know what you call it, this plastic holder. And anyway, what we would do is we would take the lunch boxes, open them up, and use this plastic thermos holder as a catapult. We'd put pencils and stuff and balls of paper, and you could like bend it back because it was plastic, and it would fling forward and shoot at the person like across from you. And most of the time, after doing that a couple times, you would break the thermos holder. So lunchbox would be rendered useless. But anyway, there's your look back at lunchboxes from the 1980s. Hope you enjoyed it. We're seeing so much Doctor Who merchandise, and I'm wondering, like, okay, yes, the TARDIS is cool for time travel and all that, but where's all the Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure phone booth merchandise?
That phone booth was wicked.
I know. I would, like, if I could have a scale model of that phone booth with the antenna all messed up and like, put together with chewing gum. You open it up, and crates would be inside, a beef oven.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. And then Station can be in it.
Oh, Station.
Station.
One can only dream, I guess.
So crates and
Somebody
Station.
make that happen. We need a full line of Bill and Ted merchandise.
All of you.
What kind of lunchbox did you have growing up?
I had a fabric one that was like blue. Didn't have anything on it.
It's like a thermos bag, one of those things.
It was
like a
thermos bag.
It's like a cooler bag.
Yeah.
See, they didn't have those in the 80s.
Yeah.
That technology didn't exist when we were growing
but,
up.
After a while, it took up a lot of space in my bag. So eventually I was like, screw this. So I just put them in like plastic bags.
So like when you were growing up, you didn't have... Because, you know, a lot of people don't realize because, you know, my boyish good looks, that I'm like almost 10 years... How old are you?
I'm 23. No, I'm turning 24.
Okay, so I'm almost 10 years older than you. So we grew up in like totally different times. I was growing up in the early to mid 80s. You were growing up in the early to mid 90s. Yeah. So by the time you were going through school, you didn't have like everybody didn't have like their own cool lunchbox with featuring like their favorite cartoon series on it.
Was pretty much dead by the time.
Man, I feel sorry for you. You would have think, like, growing up in the 90s, you would have, like, a Zach Morris lunchbox or...
No, we hated everything in the 90s.
AC Slater or something like that.
No, we had notebooks. Notebooks were big.
No, like, DuckTales or...
No, sorry, man.
Tailspin?
Nothing.
Lunchboxes were such a thing when I was growing up.
I don't even miss them. I don't even care.
We've talked about lunchboxes for, like, 45 minutes. Let's move on. The last item that we're going to discuss... in this episode is something really special. And I think something only Ricky would be able to read out and do justice to.
Thanks, Kevin.
No problem.
I'm glad I get to read this one. Thank you very much for
I'm
this.
here for it.
I am so excited to read this. Bazinga, the Big Bang Theory party game. The Big Bang Theory is a top-rated comedy.
Did you read that part? How it's a top-rated comedy?
The Big Bang Theory is a top-rated comedy on CBS. And now you can join in on the fun with Bazinga. The Big Bang Theory party game for 3 to 6 players. The cards capture the pop culture references and humorous social situations portrayed in the show in a way that is funny and engaging.
Yeah.
Central gameplay has players matching different cards together into humorous combinations, creating funny, hypothetical situations. Special Bazinga cards add a little chaos and surprise to the gameplay.
A little chaos and surprise.
If you need a board game to be humorous and spontaneous, then you shouldn't have to do that. Like, I mean, like, how boring is your life that you need a board game to teach you how to be humorous and spontaneous?
Oh, come on. If this were like a Mass Effect humorous and spontaneous board game, you'd be all over it.
They wouldn't need that. Why would they need that? Because the people...
Why do you hate Big Bang Theory so much?
I can't stand that show. Everything around it is just so...
When you sell a Bazinga shirt in here to somebody, do you immediately judge them?
It hurts my heart to... I was talking to somebody, and they're like, "Hey,
a customer?"
No, it was a female.
Oh.
And they were like, "Hey, do you like the Big Bang Theory?" I was like, "No, I absolutely hate it." And then they're like, "Oh, they had all the seasons."
Yeah. Okay. So was this a particularly attractive female?
Yeah, she was all right. Until
hypothetical situation. She's an attractive female.
Wait, we need this board game to create a hypothetical situation.
You say, "Hey, I've got this cool Big Bang Theory card game that we could play together." And then, you set up the meeting at your house, you break it out, say Bazinga a couple times, and Bob's your uncle. You're good to go.
If I had to play this game in order to get some females, I'd be celibate for the rest of my life. I would not.
I think you're sadly mistaken, my friend.
I would not in my life play this game.
Ricky, if you were at a party, if you were holding a party and you broke out the Bazinga party game,
No.
I can...
Because I do not need a board game to be spontaneous and humorous.
All right.
And to create hypothetical situations. That is silly.
I think... I think I'm going to take... As a retailer, I'm going to take advantage of this Big Bang Theory game.
Can we film ourselves playing this game? Please, can we purchase this game?
Well, I'll bring it into the store if you want to.
Do it.
If you want us to play a couple rounds of Bazinga.
I want to film us playing it and show you.
Yeah, but you're not. You're gonna play it, but you're not gonna mean it. You're
I'll
gonna,
mean it.
You'll
I'll be 100%
sabotage
sincere. I'll be 100% sincere.
You'll sabotage it.
No, I won't. I promise.
Anyway, getting back to the product. Sheldon's always making up crazy. As you know, watching the show, Ricky, Sheldon's always making up crazy card games and stuff on his own. So I'm wondering if any of those characteristics from Sheldon's games will make their way into this game.
Hopefully, I don't know.
All right, so a big vote of no confidence from Ricky on
How much is this? How much is this?
related to Big Bang Theory. $29.99, my friend.
Too much.
$29.99 is a small price to pay for spontaneity and fun.
You can get that for free. Oh my god.
All right. That about wraps up this month's look at collectibles coming out starting in May 2012, although most of them are coming out in June and July, it seems. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out our other shows on the channel. They're really good.
It's not just previews, reviews.
It's not just previews, reviews. We've got Unboxing Wednesdays, as I'm sure a lot of you also watch. We've got flavorful reviews, which I'm sure not as many of you guys watch as Unboxing Wednesdays. But
whatever, man. We're the underground movement.
You are. You guys operate at arm's length from Stadium Comics.
That's true.
Whereas we would be like, no, everything's good. Buy it all. You guys are like, no, everything sucks. We trash everything.
We like quality.
Next time you see us, we'll be wearing different clothes, I think. And we will be taking a look at comics coming out starting in June 2012. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to order anything that you saw in here that you liked, such as the Big Bang Theory party game, from your local retailer well in advance so that they can get the items in for you. And we'll see you all next time. Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Take care.